Well, here it comes.
It's that 4FM road, yeah, we ride real slow. Texas bass hitting while the Carolina flow. From the whistles to the winds, every tale they record. Adam and Jack hold it down on 4th and Ward. Southside swing with the coach and Lord. Real life stories, yeah, they back for more. Turn the beat up loud, let the truth restore. You locked in now with the 4th and Ward.
Did want to start off by shouting out, Jack, we've got, I'm in powerlifting now. We've done 4 meets since the last time we recorded. So we did 2 last week with like our top girl lifters, top boy lifters. We did 1 Thursday, 1 on Saturday. And this week we kind of brought some folks so they get their first meet experience. So maybe it's their first year doing powerlifting. Maybe they're younger. Maybe they're, one of the weaker guys, but we're just trying to get them some numbers. So we did that this week. Boys meet on today. Got up at 4:30 this morning to go to the boys meet. And then Thursday we had a girls meet. But Jack, we've got some listeners out there because every meet I went to in the last 2 weeks, somebody was asking about the podcast, said they really enjoyed it, which is pretty cool. We really appreciate that, guys. Do want to give a shout out to Coach Pond at Prosper Richland. Well, I pop this hop water right here.
Good idea. What flavor you rocking with?
Yeah, shout out to Coach Pond. I got lime. Found it at the grocery store. Got loaded up with some lime, but guys, you can always go to hopwater.com, HOPWTR.com. Use the code 4th and Ward, the number 4 THANDWARD. Get $10 off your order. Yeah, it's good stuff.
I'm going classic tonight.
But yeah, we're in the coaches meeting, and Coach Pond up at Prosper Richland asked if I was the guy that did the podcast, and I'm like, yeah, heck yeah. We kind of talked for a while. He's a cool dude, so shout out to Coach Pond. Then went up to Princeton High School today for the boys meet, and we had it Thursday. The girls were at Princeton as well, so it was the same site, just 2 different days. I had quite a few folks stop me and said they enjoyed the podcast and all that, so really appreciate it, guys. Yeah, 4th and Ward Nation is going steady, and so it's a good time. But Jack, you see some things at powerlifting meets, dude.
I can only imagine.
So it's not a UIL sport; it's its own entity. So the rules that govern the UIL sports like football, basketball, all that kind of stuff, it's a little bit different. It's powerlifting's got its own association and all that, and it's just different, man. It's kind of like when you used to go to wrestling tournaments growing up.
Yeah,
it's
just a different breed out there.
It lasts all day, and it lasts 4 to 5 hours. The actual meet does. You got weigh-ins and stuff before, so by the time you bus there and bus home and all that, it feels like it's been a wrestling tournament and lasted all day. But the people watching is golden at these powerlifting meets.
I could imagine, because that's kind of like not aggro, but like macho. You know what I mean? You probably got some people in there thinking they could world's strongest man this thing, and
and it's a sport like it doesn't require ball skills, right? It's an individual sport. So, it really opens the floor and it's bench, squat, deadlift. That's all it is. And so it really opens the floor to a lot of different folks. And there are some strong guys and girls out there at the bench, squat, deadlift. And
I can imagine.
They wear the powerlifting, the bench shirts, the squat suits, the knee wraps.
What is a squat suit?
A squat suit. So think of like a wrestling singlet, but it's made of like.
So it's like a scuba suit, like a thicker.
It's made of like
knee brace, knee sleeve material.
Yes, like it's very stiff. Like it is. You have to have some weight on the bar to get down in a squat suit, but it does come in handy on the way back up if you have a good suit, and it really assists you on the come up. I don't know exactly what composite materials. I know they are tight, and I know unless you got a lot of weight on the bar, it's really hard to get down low in a squat in those things. But now it helps you on the come up. There ain't no doubting that the technology helps.
$236.
Oh, dude, and that's probably on the cheaper end. There are some,
Wow.
yeah. And then you got bench shirts, which are made of similar material in certain spots, but it's got like this band that kind of goes around the elbows. I mean, those
I
are
think I've seen those from like World's Strongest Man competitions.
yeah,
back in the
those are
day.
like $200-$300 a piece. But it makes when the kids are in between the lifts, it makes them look like a seal because they can't like move their arms wide. And then,
Walking like
yeah,
this.
if you don't go against the shirt when you're benching, like if you don't have enough weight on the bar on the bench, it won't sink your elbows down. And so like the bar can just fall on your face. Like there was
Oh my God.
quite several times in every meet we've done so far where somebody can't work their elbows out. So then the bar just comes back on their face. I mean, there's no doubt it helps with the weight. And then the knee wraps. Oh my gosh. Wrapping knees is not fun because you got to cut off circulation in their legs while you're wrapping these knees.
You're basically just putting an extra layer of skin so the knee joint doesn't just explode out.
It is,
Bones
and
don't
you
come
are
flying.
yanking, like when you're wrapping the knee, you are like yanking it as hard as you can. Like the kid's thighs turning blue, so you like slap his leg, get the blood flow going in the thigh, and then you got to time it up right so the kid's not wrapped up for like 5 minutes before he lifts, because then he can't walk to the platform.
Speaking of knee wraps, okay, this is a tangent, but I got to tell you this because I guess it was the holiday break. I don't know what I was doing, but like My Chart, the app where you can see like
the doctor's app?
doctor's visits and all that stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So when I was at Clemson, okay, the official story is I fell off the work truck tailgate. And I'll start at the beginning. Okay. 6th grade. You remember I fell off that barn?
Yeah.
On New Year's and had some knee issues after that, right? Went to the doctor and was told it's like a partially torn ACL, whatever, it'll be fine, rest recovery, that kind of thing. Well, fast forward to Clemson, official story, I fell off the tailgate of the work truck, buckled my knee, right? Actual story, we were playing Red 90, which is flag football. No, we were playing basketball, went up for a board, came down, and like that dude on the milk crate's like, when I came down, but that knee buckled, whatever. So the team doctor came and like scheduled me to go get an MRI with him. And I went, never really heard anything, like got the MRI and he was like, okay, you're good. You can go back. Never, post-op, no procedures, nothing. So I was looking at My Chart randomly and I saw the report that he wrote from that day. Okay.
Well, let's hear it.
And, it's got all this legal jargon. So I plugged it into my pal ChatGPT to like, give me layman's terms. So I'm just going to read this real quick. I didn't know it was this bad. All right. Big picture. Here's a quick summary. Complete ACL tear. No intact fibers found. A severe MCL injury, near complete tear where it attaches to the thigh bone. Bone bruising, consistent with a twisting injury, moderate to severe swelling and fluid in the knee and behind it, moderate strains to supporting muscles, meniscus and cartilage are mostly okay, so that's, solid, and partial patellar tendon tear. This is a significant knee injury. You need to see medical assistance as soon as possible.
And this happened.
I've just been raw dogging this thing for the past 10 years.
18 years almost, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's that.
Well, okay, so it was not necessarily the barn fall that caused all this.
No, not necessarily.
It is the same knee.
It's the same knee, so the barn's what started it, and basketball is what finished it, I'm guessing. But it's buckled on me, like, all the time, like, randomly. I was in class when they throwing a football, and I guess I twisted on it, like my back leg throwing, and it just went, and, it happens, it's fine. But yeah, so apparently I have no ACL, and here's another. Your shin bone is sliding forward about 4 millimeters, so it's probably not stable. We know that. I highly recommend not cutting, pivoting, or changing directions quickly, which I ain't doing much of that anymore anyway. Yeah, so pretty much like half a ligament still left in that knee holding it together. But I was like baffled that, the dude never like
gave you a call
said
back?
anything. Like, we had another guy who like tore his ACL one day in
Yeah.
practice, like a worker. He wasn't like playing in practice. He was just working. And I think he was spotting and he just tore it, whatever. He had surgery. You know, the team helped or paid for it basically because we were employees, whatever. I didn't get none of that. Like they just said,
Be all right.
that
Throw
was
some
too
dirt on
pricey. But yeah, no, so no knee, out here just cruising, you know.
Even the bionic knee, like
Yeah, and a side note it put at the end of that chat GPT thing was that you're probably going to have a full knee replacement before 40 or something like that. And I'm just like,
that's coming up soon.
I think I can make it to 50. Like I made
Yeah.
it 10 years without even knowing it was messed up.
Squeeze another 2 decades out of it. Oh my
But like,
gosh.
jeez.
Yeah.
And now it
that's
makes
tough.
sense because I was making a fire in our fireplace the other night. And I was like crouched down. I had one knee down and the other one up in like a 90-degree angle. And I'm like leaning on and putting fire in the fireplace. And it does this thing sometimes where it like slips out, I guess is what it's doing now that I know the full context. And it gets stuck. And I have to like force it straight. And it eventually goes and like pops back and
That's
it feels
not good.
Feels decent. And it swells for a day and it goes back down. But now it makes sense. So yeah, I don't know what to do. I'm
That's
just
not
here.
good. That's not good. It's going to be a fun 2 decades till you get the thing replaced.
Oh yeah, it's going to be
But
rough.
part of it's just getting older too. Like we went to a birthday party for one of my kids' friends last night. You know, just a little 4-year-old birthday party, 5-year-old birthday party. Yeah, somewhere in there. And we were doing it at a football stadium in town. And because the party was football themed, so, you know, just let the whole field open up. Let's get all these kiddos out there. Let them just go play ball, right?
Burn some energy.
Burn some energy. They're going to sleep good tonight, you know, that whole thing. And so all the kids are there in their jerseys and stuff like that. And they're playing, you know, well, really it became like 5-on-1 and the 5 were always on offense and the 1 was always on defense. Like, so it didn't matter like who had the ball, like 4 of the teammates were going to switch sides. Anyway, well, one of my kids scores the touchdown or 2-point version, whatever they're doing. And I wasn't even paying attention. I'm talking to the other dads, you know, just hanging out, having a good time. And I'd get just smoked from the back. And it felt like I slipped a disc in my back. Like I turn around and it's my 5-year-old and he's a little bull moose now. Like he has zero regard. He's the, you know, for the folks listening, my youngest is a little bit heavier than my boy that's older than him. My older son tackled the younger one and broke his own collarbone. Like just context here. He just smokes me. And I'm like, you know, my legs are locked. I'm arms folded, talking to the dads. And he damn near, oh, dang, my bad. I didn't mean to cuss. He damn near put me on the ground. Like, it hurts so bad. Like, I just got jarred real quick, but.
At least you didn't fold up like a lawn chair.
No, I did not. I held my ground. I didn't touch, you know, gravity didn't get me that time, but I mean, he smoked me. Probably a good form tackle if I could have got some film on it. But, man, circling back, you know, it's actually real quick, one more thing about the birthday party. So I told you he's in like his football era right now. We're getting in the car, loading up to go to this birthday party. He's already got his like little costume helmet on, and he says, "We're on the bus going to the." He said, "We're on the bus going to the game." It's like, all right. I said,
That's
"Well,
what I'm talking about."
I said the best part is a bus ride back after a win. Like, let's go get it. And we made the 5-minute drive over to the little middle school football stadium the party was at, and that was just funny. Like he's just sitting back there, like pretending to listen to music because he asked, like, "What do the football players do on the bus?" Well, some of them listen to music, some of them sleep. Yeah, we really don't let them like chit chat and all that. So he's like, okay. And so there's some music playing. He's just back there, helmet on, mouthpiece in, just
he's
rocking
locking in.
He's locking in. He's like, "We're Clemson about to run down the hill." I'm like, "Heck yeah, buddy!" Like that's what I'm talking about, man.
It gives me vibes of like Pee Wee football. When I was on the way to the game, I would have, I think it was a CD player, dude. I think it was like, It may have been maybe an iPod Nano, maybe. But I was bumping in the car listening to What You Know about, you know, What You Know About That with T.I. Just getting ready. Like, didn't know what any of the words meant, but I'm like, I'm about to tear up, you know, Pelzer Recreation. I played for Pelzer, so it was Belton Recreation, whoever. I'm like, I'm about to tear them up. And I was the kid who, they had weight limits for running the ball. The start of the season, I was under. They'd make you weigh in at some point. I remember weighing in, and I was under.
It was always on game day whenever I played.
Yeah.
Like, you weighed in on game day.
And I remember weighing in under, and they were like, "You gonna get the ball?" I'm like, what are you talking about? And then some games I was over, and they're like, you can't get the ball this week. But yeah,
That CC's buffet sat a little too heavy from the night before.
Yeah. All right, real quick. You talked about getting older, which made me think of this video I'm about to show you. Okay.
All right.
So this is me in a PE class. Let me make sure you can't see any kids like faces. All right, should be good. In a PE class, right? Where is it? Okay. So I had my AP pull the footage, right? So we're playing a little 5-on-5. If you can't tell, I'm the big bald one right here. I was about 40 pounds heavier too, so not at my peak, I'll say that. And me and my buddy were laughing about this the other day. All right, so I'm watching this guy. We're playing man. He slips by. I'm about to swat. No, sir.
Down goes Frazier.
Took a tumble.
You almost took that kid out. Oh my gosh.
And I'm telling you right now. So I made a graphic of me when I'm midair. See if I can get it there. I made this, cut me out on Canva or whatever, made an Air Wardlaw logo with just a white silhouette. But I'm telling you, if he went up with that shot, that thing's in the wall. I am
you were going for it.
Look at that vert, man. That's a solid 3 inches.
That's good. And with one ACL, with only one good knee.
Yeah, I'm lucky it didn't pow right there.
But, yeah, you might have been down for the count on workers' comp. But you slid too.
Well, yeah, I had some momentum. You can't stop a train now. Look at that. I had to get up, though. It hurt, but I had to get up. I had to walk it off.
You can't let the kids know you're hurting. You can't do that.
I would have been down for the count if I stayed down. But
nothing like
getting older sucks, I'll say the least. But
nothing like some PE pickup, basketball. I tell you, circling back to these powerlifting meets and getting older, I sent you a picture earlier. We got up. Weigh-ins were like starting at 6:30 this morning. And the school we were going to was about a little over an hour drive. So, we got to leave the school at 5:30 at the latest, right? So tell the kids get there at 5 o'clock so they can grab their bags. They were already packed up and stuff. But you tell them 5 o'clock because, some kid's going to get there, right when the bus is rolling out, going to get left. Well, anytime you tell the kids you got to be there at one time, it's 30-minute rule, right? So anyway, I'm at the school at 4:30. And I had me like a little energy drink or whatever to get my mind right. But I was sending you a picture of this at the meet. I look at one of the chairs that the lifters was using, like while he was getting ready to get ready for his lifts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And sitting beside his chair is just 3 empty white Monster cans. Those white Monsters hit different. Have you ever enjoyed those?
Yeah, those are a staple during the season. I got the coach's fridge full of those, but
a white Monster.
That dude's struggling.
Dude, that kid, what's a Monster? 200 milligrams of caffeine?
I think so, yeah. Maybe a little under.
So that's 600 milligrams of caffeine, and then not even counting like all the just artificial stimulants they throw in that thing as well.
Yeah, like taurine. You just pumping God knows what in there.
And each of those cans is like, 100% of vitamin C, vitamin B, all this and that, taurine. And so he's got 3 of those things.
And he's got a power bank too, so he's not the only one struggling. Like his phone was probably struggling too. He had to really recharge, but that's rough. If I ever get to that point,
dude, I'd be dead. Monsters for some reason give me a headache, so maybe I'm just soft. Like I can drink the Bang, the Rain. I can drink Red Bull. I don't know, you name it, and usually I can handle it. But something about the Monsters, like after about a few hours, they just give me a killer headache.
I'm strictly on the V8 energies.
That's a lot cleaner. I mean, it's just caffeine and some V8. I mean, that's good. That's clean.
You got caffeine from green tea. You got half a serving of veggies, half a serving of fruit. You got some sugars, but they're natural sugars. So
that's not bad.
Better than. But here's the kicker: they only 80 milligrams.
That ain't enough for me, dude.
And so I'm cranking like 2 at least, but still, at least it's But
and so we do this powerlifting meet. We did a girls' meet to start off the year, and it was last Thursday. And it's I hadn't worked a powerlifting meet as a coach, in 5 years or something like that, and have really first experience with female athletes, which is its own, set of things, and we're doing the deadlift towards the end. It was not one of our lifters, and I will not say where the lifter was, but this chick gets done with her deadlift, and the judges and all that are immediately like, everybody's got to shift over to the next rack. So I'm like peeking, like, what happened on the rack?
I think I know where this is going.
Puddle of piss sitting right there on the platform. Yeah, just puddle of pee sitting right there. And some poor soul came out there with the squirt ball, just threw some paper towel over it, just kind of left it there for a little bit. Was going to let it totally dry.
Let that sop up.
Now we're migrating, like 25 girl lifters over to the next rack so we can get this thing knocked out, because that's like 10 o'clock on a Thursday night. We still got an hour drive home. I'm like, that poor soul, I do not know where
through
she's
the
at,
clothes too. So like they're covered in piss.
Through the clothes, and good Lord, like it's a circus, no doubt about it.
Apparently that's a thing. I've seen videos of stuff like that before, specifically female powerlifters, where that same kind of thing happens. So maybe it's just something with the anatomy. I don't know, whatever. For whatever reason, deadlifts, you better go to the bathroom before you start.
Yeah. Empty the bladder. That strain.
I'm questioning though, did she rep it though? She get it up?
I do not think she did. I didn't see.
Dang.
I didn't start paying attention until they were migrating all these people, and I'm just trying to figure out what's like somebody puke or somebody injured or where, and I just see pee all over the.
If you pee on yourself and you get it, okay.
Selling
you
out.
You pee on yourself and you don't get it. That's rough.
Yeah, it is bad. And another thing about not getting the weights, like, with the female athletes, it is not uncommon for there to be some waterworks, not the pee kind, but like just crying and emotions.
Well, both apparently.
Yeah. It's, you need an umbrella, but it's just different. I mean, but just just the things you see, like, cause if your lifter's not going, at 8 racks, how many racks are set up? If your lifter's not going, you've got some time where you're kind of just looking around, making some observations. We went to this one last Saturday, and it was a little further east. Like, we're getting outside the metroplex a little bit. A lot of smaller schools were there, like 4A schools and stuff. We were the biggest school there. And so we roll in, and we're in like this middle school side gym, which is just like 3 rows of wooden bleachers, like from the 50s probably, concrete floor, just wooden platforms down. There's like 4 or 5 racks. It's a small meet, and they're just some very interesting clientele that actually remind me a lot of growing up, just some people you might see like the jockey lot or something like that, the flea market and stuff. And I don't know if this guy was a coach or not. He wasn't wearing team gear. What he was wearing was a shirt that just said Thug Life as big in size 72 font across the top. Like, Thug Life. He got like a, Snoop Dogg shirt or something on. It's kind of odd for a coach to be wearing. It wasn't even like rappers or nothing, dude. It was the Golden Girls. It was the Golden Girls. My wife watches that show all the time.
The TV show, yeah.
Yeah, I can't even remember all the grannies, like all the old ladies on there. But it said Thug Life across the top. Yeah, Betty White, yep. And he's over there giving this guy pointers on how to get his bench up, how he needs to go up another 20 pounds on his next attempt, wearing the daggum Golden Girls Thug Life shirt.
Is it this shirt right here? Like, is it that?
No, it was a black shirt for sure, but Thug Life was all at the top in like just West Coast gold, shiny looking letters. Looked like really heavy, like it's got to be tugging at his chest hair and stuff like that. That's how thick the font was. And then it was like just the Golden Girls sitting right there, just mug shots of all of them. Thick shirt, great conversation starter. Just was not expecting to see it at 8 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday at a powerlifting meet for high school.
Maybe it was laundry day. I don't know.
Yeah,
all he had.
Maybe it was his first meet of the year, and he didn't time up the laundry rotation good enough. And man, dude, I'll tell you another one. We were at a meet, and it was a Saturday meet. No, it was a Thursday meet, and it's just going forever. And we weren't even starting the deadlift at some of these racks till 10 o'clock at night. Like, it's a snail's pace. It's going so slow. But it's fine. It was a big meet. Like, it just is what it is. Like, it's going to take a while, but it was decently efficient and all that. But I'm just like in this stupor, because I worked that day, like got to the school that morning. We lifted our non-meet competitors. So like we were at the school at 6:30, 7 o'clock lifting those people and taught a class, all that good stuff, rode the bus. It's been a long day. And I felt like I was in Happy Gilmore when he finds his happy place and there's the little person walking out, like riding the bike or with the, but it was actually a little person there, and it was not a dream. I'm just sitting there like rubbing my eyes like, is that who
I'm about to go get some of those monsters.
Oh, dude, yeah, I was struggling. I'm struggling right now, but man, I just gotta remind myself, like, you never know what you're gonna see in some of these things. But
that's the beauty of it. I mean, it's kind of like we always talked about Thursday night football. I mean, I think anything related to high school,
you're
great people watching.
Great people watching. Oh man, because there was a guy following around this one lifter. I'm assuming he was related to her or whatever.
I hope so.
Yeah, actually. I didn't even think about that. And he's got like a phone camera on one of those like stability mounts, and he's just like
a gimbal.
Is that like the
thing that keeps it like a chicken head keeps it steady?
Yes. It was that, and he's got a utility belt on, and like he's not a coach. Like he's blatantly like a relative or photographer or something for that particular lifter, and is like following her up to the platform. And I'm just saying, like, dude, how are you out here? Like, you ain't a coach. Like, you're not a judge. You're not working the meet. You're not somebody from the school that's taking pictures for the yearbook or anything. You're just this guy. You're like, I'm assuming going to make a hype video or something, because it's all about social media nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
This girl's up there doing her bench or whatever she's doing. He's just got the camera and he's like moving it around, but keeps the camera all steady no matter how he's moving.
Yeah,
it's wild.
I love those things. I have 2 of them actually. One for my camera, one for my phone for football, social media stuff.
But you're at least doing it.
I still don't know how to.
You're at least doing it for school, like this guy.
Right. I'm not just some random.
And he's stepping across the ropes in the area where it's not supposed to be spectators. Like those things are just suggestions.
I got a credential. I got a press pass.
I'm here for the media. Yeah. There was
let's hope he was supposed to be doing that and he wasn't like
we were
just some creeper.
We were bringing to our meet today. We brought some of our guys, a few freshmen, and then some of the guys that maybe are new, hadn't done a meet before. So let's go get them some experience in a meet, get them some numbers, just kind of see how they do. And they do the squat first, because squat takes the longest by far, because squat suits and knee wraps and all this and that. And we get through 2 rounds of the squat, and we had one of our kids is like sprinting off. I'm like, dude, where are you going? We got one more attempt. Like, don't be going off far. Go to the bathroom, something quick. Like, but you don't get lost. You're going to miss your last lift and miss a chance to get a number or whatever. It's like, coach, I just realized my squat suit's inside out. Dude had already gone 2 rounds through the squat with the inside out squat suit before he realized. I'm like, oh my gosh, like freshman. Like, I remember my first time.
It's like the football kid that came out with just his girdle on. Man, that's telling you, people watching.
Yep,
it's a great business if you enjoy people watching, because there's always people to watch.
So on my way, last thing about the powerlifting, I guess we can move on. But on my way to the school this morning, it's 4:30 in the morning on a Saturday, and I got the local sports station on, and as you can imagine, it is not the A crew on at 4:30 in the morning buying airtime. Like, 3 a.m. you might listen to Fourth and Ward, which ain't much better, but at 4 a.m. it's a different cut too. These guys were talking about, so transfer portal this past week was crazy. I guess it closed up last night at midnight was when it cuts off or whatever. And so there's been all kinds of people going back and forth here, there, people talking about tampering, all that kind of stuff. And, we've talked before on this podcast about how it's affecting like high school recruits and stuff like that, not being able to, if you were in years past, 2 decades ago, they might have been a college football player. But now with the transfer portal, they're probably going to have to go to another level and just, wherever it goes from there. But I say all that to say this. These guys on this radio station were talking about how high schools need to now allow an extra year of eligibility for their players. I'm just sitting there like, guys, no wonder y'all are on at 4 in the morning on the local sports network, because this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, if you're gonna do it, it has to be on the front end, because y'all do realize by the time they're done with high school, they're 18. You give them an extra year, they're 19.
Yeah.
If they got held back, they might be 20.
And in some cases, they could be 21, but that's a whole other thing.
Yeah. But it's like y'all do realize, like, you would be putting them on the same team as potentially 15 and 16-year-olds,
and sometimes 14. Like,
yeah, we got some freshmen that are 14. Yeah, no doubt about that. And like and then it's a high school, right? So I mean, you got cheerleaders, you got high steppers and people in the band.
Yeah.
Like what are you saying? They're not gonna. What if they graduate in 4? You're saying just let a grown person
just
that's
let them
working
come
at
back.
Lowe's come back in the afternoon to practice high school football? Like, what are you talking about?
Get their advanced diploma, like those 6th-year college guys getting their masters and their bachelors. Just give them an extra diploma, I guess. I don't know.
I'm just like, I don't know how much these guys. I'm assuming they had to pay to get this airtime for their show, and I'm assuming they're like us and they're recording out of their kids' playroom. At least you got an office. I guess this is technically an office now.
It's an office now. It's been upgraded.
Painted the walls. I'm just getting stuff hung up. I gotta get some nice shelves like you got, but I'm like, I don't know. I would have saved the money, because like I'm just sitting there on my way to work, and again I'm half asleep, and I'm just like, are these guys serious? Like, let's assume the worst. Like, are you gonna let a 19-year-old go back in the locker room with, like we said, 14, 15-year-old?
Yeah, it's just weird. Like, you can't do that.
And then one of the guys on there had that thought maybe after the other guy said it. He's like, yeah, I don't know if this is actually as good an idea. He's like, no, hear me out. Like, the states need to let the high school kids have a 5th year of eligibility. I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, like, you are so clueless. But that just goes to like how some of the high school kids are operating now. They think it works like college. Kids got kids putting up, I'm transferring to so-and-so for my junior year. I'm going to transfer to so-and-so for my senior year. Like, making graphics and doing all this just like they see the college kids do. Like, no wonder the kids are doing all this stuff, because they got people in their ears telling them this, that, and the other. It's a mess, man.
I had a kid the other day tell me he's going to reclassify. He's a senior, and he's going to reclassify so he can play another year. I said, buddy, that's not how that works. You're done, buddy. Like, I hate to tell you, you are done. Like, you could come back to school, I guess, if you got the right paperwork, but
the only way you can do that is on the front end, like middle school.
Yeah.
Maybe. And you know what I mean? Or kindergarten, you just hold your son back before kindergarten starts, or make him repeat it. But yeah, you don't just decide your senior year that you're gonna.
I'm just gonna come back.
Man, I heard this story one time about these guys that they kept hearing about the college kids getting this COVID year and then adding a year on their thing. And I think they got the wrong impression and thought high school works the same. So they basically just blew off the COVID year of high school, but then thought they still had 3 years left of eligibility. And so they're sitting there after year 2, and like, they're being told, like, this is it. Like, you got to do senior night. Like, this is it for you. Like, no, I'm coming back next year. We're talking about, I've only played 3 years of high school football. And they're like, buddy, the COVID year counted. Like, you don't just get to. Anyway, they had to learn the hard way. I actually think one of them wound up using somebody else's highlights and was trying to use somebody else's highlights and pretend like it was his own. So it was a whole mess, whole side story. But man, kids
are, how do I say this nicely? Dumb.
Yeah.
They act dumb because they're not dumb. They just, well, some of them may be, but
they're smart when they want to be smart.
Yeah. Like, they're smart when they want to find a workaround on their Chromebook or whatever to play Fortnite on it. They're dumb for everything else. Like, if you would just take half that effort that you just put into that 18-step process, links, logging in through these different apps and stuff. Like, right now we have Google Classroom.
Yeah.
And there's a whole thing where if you let the kids comment on the stream or post and comment, then they have a way to access YouTube and watch YouTube unfiltered. And it's like, who figured that out? And it ain't nobody here. It can't be. They had to be on Reddit or YouTube or something. There's no way
kid. I'll tell you this. It's the kid with the most paperwork is the one that figured it
Oh,
out.
yeah, 100%. 100%, because the 100% of that focus is on that. It's on nothing else but that. And it's like, how do I use that as a teacher? Like, that's a great thing if I can figure out how to harness that. Like,
Yeah.
make them want
Superpower.
to learn what I'm teaching so bad, like as bad as they want to watch YouTube. There'd be no problems because they would spend their whole life trying to figure that out.
I'll tell you what else is crazy is this whole transfer portal thing. So Clemson, I guess, had some transfer portal controversy last night.
Yeah.
They get a commitment like early January from this kid that was playing linebacker at Cal and was like ACC Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie, whatever. Get him committed to Clemson. He enrolls in classes. He's already doing some team workouts. And then like last night out of nowhere, like scrubs his social media of anything Clemson related and was trying to, I guess, take more money from Ole Miss or something. That's just what I was reading about on X.
Yeah.
I woke up and I'm kind of in between at the powerlifting meet today, like, wait, what? This kid was like in the middle of the night going to get just swept up and he already enrolled in school. Like, how does this all work?
Yeah.
Where
like
are the
already had an
rules?
email, like had
Yeah.
a Clemson, like, I don't know, man.
And the Duke quarterback was going to do the same thing. Like, apparently he was, I don't know if it was Miami or LSU or somewhere, I don't know, but he was going to take a bigger payout from them and transfer, even though like a month ago he did like this LeBron style sit down in front of a microphone and announced that he was staying at Duke. Like he does that a
Yeah.
month ago, but then he's going to like in the middle of the night go off to Miami and transfer there. Like it is insane out there right now.
There was something I saw. It's about Clemson. They posted something on Twitter or on X for walk-ons, but I'll just share it. I have it right here. They posted this like ad, I guess, reaching out, looking for walk-on players. And so like when I was there, it was, you know, Joe Schmo from the fraternity lost a bet and was showing up to, you know, still feeling it from last night. Shows up to the tryouts, right? And it was always like this dreaded day where you had regular practice, but it was cut short by a few periods because you had walk-on tryouts. And everybody was just like, you know, Coach V was just like, can y'all handle that? I'm going. Like he's going inside the GAs or whoever was running it. And anyway, when you look at the crew going through dynamic warm-up, you're like, good Lord. Like,
so how does this work? How did the walk-on tryouts work? Or how did they work?
Like, how did you get there, or how did the actual?
What do you remember about the, like you said, dynamic warm up is the start?
Yeah. So
what happens after
dynamic warm up, and then they basically ask you like what position you're trying out for. So they split you up by group, and it may be, you know, like skill players may all be together, depending on how many. Because there's some years there were a lot, some years there's like 5 or 6. And specialists are over on the other field kicking, you know, doing their own thing like they always are. And, you know, the coaches would run a drill just to see, is this kid even remotely athletic? Like, can he help me? On occasion, you get one that's like a stud that was great in high school and just didn't play in college.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's great. For the most part, it's a lot of slipping, a lot of falling, a couple injuries. They get the jugs out. They're pumping balls at them and just knocked right in the face. Like, you know, as you would imagine, it's like, as you would imagine, what movie is it where they had tryouts and the kid, and they go out there and then, anyway, you can imagine what it's like. And they'll have like a meeting afterwards, talk with the coach and be like, yeah, we appreciate all y'all coming out. And, you know, we got some spots we need to fill. We'll reach out to you if you know, we need you or whatever. They leave and the coach turns around and he's like, not a shot. But I think it was just like a link they sent out. It was like, are you interested? And then you just filled out a link and showed up.
Wild. Like, it seems like if you lose your fantasy football league, that's one of the punishments is you got to go.
There was definitely some of those because this kid, like, he's like a 7th year sophomore, you know, at the fraternity house. And he shows up, you're like, dude, there's no way. Like, you're not going to make it through dynamic warm-up. But anyway, they sent out this, And the difference I noticed is the second bullet. They're looking for people with a designated student athlete tag from the previous institution. And I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I saw someone quote tweet or quote X'd it, whatever you call it now, in reference to this, and said something about if they're designated, then they don't count towards some number. Basically, this is somehow allowing them to have as many walk-ons as you want, because they limited it to 105 now as your roster size. It was 120.
So these
Maybe
would
right
be
at
like
120 when I was there.
these would be like practice
Squad guys,
squad
basically.
type.
Scout team.
Getting your brains beat in for
Yeah.
free.
Yeah.
I've been there
And so-
before. That sucks.
It's crazy where football is right now, because, you know, it feels like these schools are, I mean, they're just following the rules and finding loopholes and using them. You
Yeah.
can't blame them. They spend millions and millions of dollars on this stuff. But that's a weird one I hadn't seen before. Designated
new.
student athlete tag. So if anybody knows what that is, or how that allows you to have more than 105, let us know, because that threw me for a loop.
Yeah, that's a little different there. Well, yeah, I would pay money. They should actually sell tickets to watch walk-on tryouts. That would be awesome. Like, if they knew consistently that it was going to be a decent tryout crowd, like,
Yeah.
say, you know, for $1 you can come watch the tryouts, like, just whatever, you know. I don't know. I would
I'd
pay
pay
money
it.
to see that.
I would
Or if
pay
they
it
filmed
100%.
it, like, film it and put it on YouTube. Like, they got a nice little YouTube channel. Like, make a video about that. That'd be sick.
And what I wish is that, so they're not wearing pads, and this is kind of like skills
Yeah.
and drills. They're in a practice jersey. That's it. I kind of wish they could go full pads and just unload, or like
Well-
come to actual practice and like line up at running back. Just
The
watch.
liability would be so ridiculous on that.
Well, and that's the thing. They have to sign, because these are all adults at this point. Everybody's over
That's true.
18. They sign a waiver, and they have to pay, I think, like, you know, a little bit for insurance, basically, in case they like blow out their knee. They can't sue or whatever. But man, it's a sight to see.
I can only imagine. That sounds awesome, actually.
It's
I'm
hilarious.
jealous I never got to see that, man. Yeah, it's just been an interesting 2 weeks back. I'm glad we got the 3-day weekend. That's going to come in
Yeah.
handy, because we've only
Need
been,
that.
we had what, we came back. We only had 4 days last week or whatever that first
So
week back was.
9 days.
I've only been like 9 days, and I am like just, I mean, you can see the bags under my eyes. I'm wore out, but
Let me
Nah.
tell you, the scheduling lead, or whatever you want to call it, the scheduling gods have looked out for me this semester. Say that right now. Great. Can't complain. Calm. It's PE class, so there's a level of volume you're expecting, but
yeah.
it's fantastic. Numbers
Wow.
are down, volume's down, headaches are gone. It is amazing, man. I
Knees
can't tell
feeling
you.
better.
I'm getting to rest the knee a little bit, but it's still been a long 9 days, though. Even with that, I couldn't imagine if I had
Yeah.
another group like I did last semester. I'd be asleep right now, probably. But it wears on you. First couple weeks back, getting back in the grind, it takes it out
Yeah.
of you.
You just forget like all the time it gets occupied. We did get off season. That first week back where we had all those guys moved into 8th period, all the freshmen, and we were kind of just letting them figure their own groups out loosely by max, but not necessarily position specific. But anyway, yesterday was the first day where we went through, posted every single lifting group, bigs, skills, because eventually it'll be like skills that might one day go out and do the track workout for their running,
Mm-hmm.
just different things like that. So it was a big shuffling of everything. And you could just tell a little bit that some things were thrown off. Guys were used to maybe being in a group with like 2 other guys that were like, they were on their A game and they get the weights changed out fast. But now you got a freshman in your group, freshman young buck in your group that's still learning the ropes and just learning what is max chart and all that, how that works. I don't know. That was very entertaining to see, but that's what we want to see, right? We want to see the dude in each group or the couple of guys in each group kind of bringing up maybe whoever they're with, and that makes the whole group better. But we lifted all of them at the same time yesterday, so they get the third lift of the weekend, and so we had to do like 6 stations. And so I ran one of the plank stations or one of the core stations.
Mm-hmm.
Did like a hurdle mobility for hips and stuff. Did our 4 usual stations, and then we did this core thing. So I'm just sitting there in my mind like, what would be a good, some good core things to kind of work on, and obviously planks and all that kind of stuff is usually what we do. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna like the first day they're shuffled up, and we got like some of the best, some of the guys trying to figure it out. We got it all kind of mixed in. I was like, I'm going to be like hardcore. I called them perfect planks. I just made it up uh, throughout the day. I'm like, you got to hold it exactly how I'm telling you to hold it. I went through all the things we're looking for. Hands are like this, back flat. I said, we're only got to do it 30 seconds, but it does not count if one person in the group screws it up for everybody else. I'm sitting here thinking I was going to make them do like, if it's perfect, like we'll go like maybe 2 rounds through, we do side plank, front plank, 6 inches, we'll do a couple rounds through, and then it'll be about time to rotate. But we didn't get past, it was one of the groups, we didn't get past just the regular standard plank because the core strength, I don't know about y'all's guys, core strength is terrible. Oh my gosh.
It's
There's
terrible.
like some of them were doing yoga out there. Some of them can't even hold it for 30 seconds. So they're just like belly flopping. And I'm just sitting there like, do I pretend like I didn't see that so we can move on to the next drill?
Looking at the
or do I actually like stick to my guns? And anyway, I'm the type. It's black and white with me. I'm not very good about gray area. So like one didn't screws up. All right, that didn't count. Like here's your 10-second breather. We got to do that again. But anyway, it was.
So our head coach Norton, and it might just be a thing, I've just never heard of it before, but you ever heard that it's like bring Sally up, bring Sally down,
that's
that whole
classic
thing, like military style?
Yeah. You hadn't heard of that before?
Push-ups? No, never.
Y'all do it with push-ups? We do it with squats.
Push-ups. Well, we do different versions.
I got you.
The push-ups was the first one I saw. I'm like, huh. And like now, I mean, it's kind of like a finisher. Like if it's, arm day or whatever, just trying to cook you. Y'all been rambunctious, whatever. But that song gets stuck in my head so much.
Bring Sally up. Bring Sally down.
And it's just like, but now I do it as a joke. I'll just randomly play it in the middle of it. And you just see kids' heads like, oh, like, no, we ain't doing that. Yeah. But no, the core strength is terrible. Like you tell them to hold a plank and a butt's in the air. You got like a bunch of just V's or up or A's, whatever.
Yep.
Goes around like, what are you doing? Or they think you're not looking and they kind of like cheat it up. And it's like, buddy, I'm looking right at
ground.
you.
Yep.
Yeah. You got the big boys who are just
I do feel bad.
In the gut region.
I do feel bad for some of the big guys because it's like, it's hard sometimes, like, but it is what it is. Like, you either get right or get gone. I don't know. It just is what
They'll
it
be
is.
all right.
Oh man, off season is still just plugging along. Nothing too crazy from there. Of course, I missed 4 of those 9 workouts with the powerlifting meets and stuff. So, but it's going all right. But Jack, I just realized I'm looking up here at the timer. It's about time for Team of the Week for episode 42. So let's get this thing going. While Jack's getting the wheel brought up, Team of the Week is brought to you by Gridiron Spice Company, gridironspiceco.com. Use the code 4th and Ward. That's the number 4. At checkout, you get 10% off your order. I own half the company. I'll tell you this right now. The absolute best deal is you get the 5-wide bundle. You get all 5 blends, $55, free shipping, but then it'll knock 10% off of that. So you're getting them all for about $10 a jar. You literally can't beat it, guys. Big old jars, last you a good while. Hopefully it's a good product. Just do us a favor, shout us out on Twitter and all that good stuff once you get your Gridiron Spice seasoning. So we got you
got a good reference for the size right here. So these are cans, your normal standard pop top can.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the spice right here. So you see how big of a bottle
it's a 12-ounce jar. Like, it's going to last you a hot minute, I ain't trying to skimp out. But I don't know. I'm just going to put that out there for you guys. They always bring the Team of the Week to you guys. So if you hadn't already done so, drop those comments, whether you're on Spotify or YouTube or wherever you're listening. Let us know your suggestion for the Team of the Week. Let's spin this thing.
See who we get. Was it going to go? It's going to go.
Lewisville, Texas. That is not too far from where I'm at, Jack. Lewisville actually had 5-star offensive lineman. I think he's going to Texas Tech. I think he's the one that signed like a $5 million.
The Farmers.
Deal. Yeah, the Lewisville Farmers, man.
Get them cookies out
We
of
got
here.
a couple of we got a couple of mascots that are farmers. Farmersville is a school
they
out
have
here.
to be.
Yeah, that's built in the name.
Yeah.
Lewisville Farmers. We got 8-3 on the year. They got a pretty
5-2 in
solid
district.
Yeah, pretty solid schedule though, Jack. Byron Nelson's good. Rockwall's good. They're in our district. Coppell's really good. Denton Geyer is always a juggernaut. Allen, of course, always a juggernaut. And
that was a 1-score game against Allen.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, that's a pretty solid district. Coppell's good. And then Byron Nelson's really good. What's up, dude?
Special guest.
I'm coming. We're doing team of the week, all right?
Wait, what is the team of the week, Brown?
The team of the week is the Lewisville Farmers. Close that door for me, bud.
Bill.
All right, come here. Team of the week is the Lewisville Farmers, all right? We can just cut that little part out. But guess what their record was? Guess how many games they won?
Oh, I thought you were talking to
50.
me.
This ain't basketball. They won 8, all right? They won 8. I guess they made the playoffs. Looks like they lost first round to Allen. That was their first round matchup. The Allen Eagles. Let's take a look at their jerseys and stuff.
Let's see. I got so many tabs open right now.
That's
all right. Lewisville Farmers football uniforms. Oh, that's like an A&M look.
Yeah, a little garnet look. What you think about these uniforms, dude?
Can I see the one Clemson?
That's not Clemson. That's another school. But you're thinking the right thing. That's the right shade of orange, for sure. I mean, Nike. Looks like they got the Speed Flexes.
Wait, Daddy.
Is this alternate gray?
No, Daddy.
Ooh, gray's cool.
Daddy.
What's up, dude?
Look. No.
Oh, we got some TikToks.
Daddy.
Well, here they go right here. We got a 4-star corner, 27 offers.
Good Lord.
3-star athlete, 21 offers. Okay. Little sweet feet there.
Oh, here we go. This is what I'm talking about.
D-tackle, little board drill action. Yeah. 3-star quarterback.
Like Johnny Manziel back
out there slinging the rock.
All right, that's sped up. I mean, those are probably the nicest practice jerseys I've ever seen.
Those are pretty nice. Yeah, those definitely had to be old game
Dad,
uniforms.
could you go back to that orange team?
Well, let's look at their stadium. We're not going to look at the orange team because Lewisville is the team of the week. So let's see.
No, Daddy. Oh, Daddy.
Hey, man, they're the team of the week. We gotta give them their time. All right.
We're gonna go to our friend Texas Bob.
Oh yeah, old Texas Bob. Max Goldsmith Stadium, home of the Lewisville Farmers. It does have a track. Does not have a video scoreboard. That's actually kind of surprising.
Interesting.
10,000 capacity. Renovated in 2021.
Let's see if there's a
Denton County.
Looks like they added a video scoreboard.
Okay, I was about to say Texas Bob needs to update the site on Lewisville Stadium. Nice looking press box. Little locker room field house action.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. The track, though, I mean,
you know me,
I
don't like to see a track around the football field. I just think that kind of waters it down a little bit. But I can't be too picky. It is high school football, so they're going to usually just do the track.
Their stadium is actually cool.
It's actually cool.
Yeah, did we see that orange team? Something I really want to show you.
Scale of 1 to 10. What do you think about their stadium?
50,000.
50,000. That's off the scale, dude.
He's obsessed with the 50s.
Yeah,
right
he's making up numbers.
Daddy, could you go back to that orange team?
What is this?
Could you go back to that? There's something real funny.
No, that ain't funny.
We don't need to see that.
Yeah, we ain't trying to see that again, dude.
No.
Oh man.
They packed that thing out too.
It's a good clientele up there. Denton County's got some good football.
Daddy, I want to see the orange.
Dude, maybe the orange team, the Jackrabbits play the orange team, so we can't say too much about them. We beat them this year, though, so. All right. Wheel Track says that's good. Guys, episode 42, Lewisville Farmers, team of the week. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Sorry y'all's year got ended by Allen. Bennett, you want to say anything to the folks that are listening? You want to tell them bye?
Bye.
Jack, you want to do the honors?
Stay golden.
You locked in now with the fourth and wall. Fourth and wall. Adam, Jack, Texas, Carolina.